Chicos, hoy es viernes, el 16 de abril de 2021. Hoy tenemos para empezar, mira las instrucciones para el proyecto y trabaja en el proyecto. Vale, vamos a hablar de qué necesitamos hacer. So, I've given you guys a project to tell me about your equipo or banda perfecto. So equipo is right, is your team. Banda is a band. What would be a perfect team or a perfect band? There have been a lot of really famous musicians and athletes throughout the years. What if you combine all the best ones to create an epic band or team? Ahora tú puedes! Create a Google Slides presentation in Spanish that describes your dream team or band. Now, this can be throughout all of the years. So if you want to pick a musician from the 1800s and match them with someone from the 2010s, be my guest. It's the timeless band. Your goal is to use the words saber, conocer, jugar, and tocar as much as possible. So remember, these two mean to know. Saber is to know facts and how to do something. Conocer is to know a people or to know people or places. Then jugar and tocar is to play. Jugar is to play a sport or a video game or a game in general. Tocar is to play an instrument. Now, if you choose to do something about the perfect team, I doubt you'll be using the verb tocar. If you choose to do the perfect band, I doubt you'll be using the verb jugar. But you should be using 3 out of these 4 verbs a lot. You can include up to 5 flex words in your presentation that you will bold. Your project must include a title slide, 5 slides describing each player on your team or musician in your band, a summary about your team and band as a whole, and 3 to 5 sentences on each slide. So you're choosing 5 players or 5 band members, if I didn't make that clear in the instructions. Please make all your verbs in the present tense or near future tense. Whenever I see someone using a verb in the past tense, I know they Google translated it because we haven't learned past tense yet, okay? So just don't do that. Just use what we know. Use your present tense verbs or future. Let's say you're using a person who's already passed away. Maybe they were in the 1800s or the 1900s. Just use your verbs in the present tense, okay? I know that it's not how you would say it in English, but that's all we know how to say in Spanish, and we got to use the tools we've learned to communicate. Okay? So I'll give you an example, and then, but don't leave if you're the type of person who leaves before the video's over, because I have an important announcement at the end. So here's an example of La Banda de tus sueños, the band of your dreams. Now I put this presentation together in about 1 period. I'm going to give you guys 3 periods to work on it, so please make it look nice. La Banda de tus sueños. Persona número 1, Justin Bieber. ¿Conoces a Justin Bieber? Él sabe cantar muy bien y toca la guitarra. Yo necesito a Justin Bieber en mi banda porque su voz es increíble. In mi banda, I should say, mi banda, porque su voz es increíble. So notice a few things. I bolded increíble because that's a flex word. I use the verb conocer. Do you know Justin Bieber? I use the verb saber. He knows how to play very well. And I use the verb tocar, and he plays the guitar. I have 3 sentences in Spanish. And I'm even adding a complex sentence here with 2 different phrases. I need him in my band because his voice is incredible. Now I'm going to give you guys a few words that have to do with bands in the instructions, so those don't have to count as your flex words. I actually will show you those now. If you scroll to the bottom of the instructions, I said words to know that you do not have to count as a flex word. This is especially if you're choosing a band to do, because we don't have a lot of band vocabulary. Now we do have a lot of sports vocabulary. That's on our Quizlet 6.1, so I encourage you to look at that. But here are some words for your presentation. Cantante is a singer, voz is voice, famoso is famous, instrumento is instrument, canción is song, and album is álbum. Okay? Back to my presentation. Justin Bieber. Persona número 2, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson canta también. Él sabe mucho de la música. So he knows a lot about music. Él conoce a muchas personas famosas. También él sabe bailar. Él no toca un instrumento en mi banda. Again, I'm using saber twice, conocer, and tocar. Remember, chicos, por favor, remember, after you use conocer, you have to use the personal A if your direct object is people. Conoce a muchas personas. And if you're using saber, remember your two-verb rule. The first verb's conjugated, the second verb is an infinitive. He knows how to dance. Persona número 3, Elton John. Elton John toca el piano y canta. Él tiene ropa muy interesante. Él tiene pelo castaño y tiene ojos azules. So notice how I'm tying in vocabulary from the past units, right? Talking about his ropa, I'm talking about description. Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas es otro cantante en mi banda. ¿Conoces a su banda, los Jonas Brothers? Me gustan los Jonas Brothers y su música nueva. Nick es mi hermano favorito porque tiene mucho talento y sabe cantar bien. I honestly don't know how to say this guy's last name. Gary LeVaux, we'll just say. Gary LeVaux es de la banda Rascal Flatts. Él toca la guitarra y sabe escribir canciones buenas. Él tiene mucho talento. ¿Te gusta la música de Gary LeVaux? So those have been my 5 guys that I put together on a band. This last slide is my summary slide. Compra el álbum hoy. Justin, Michael, Elton, Nick y Gary cantan en un álbum que tú necesitas escuchar. Solo cuesta $12 y 50 centavos. Ellos van a tocar y cantar las canciones Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts, Lifetime de Justin Bieber, Want You Back, Jackson 5, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Elton John, y Barcelona, Ed Sheeran. Now I know that this is English because those are the songs I want them to sing. Everything else in your presentation should be in Spanish. And then I just made a little album over here and I called it La Vida Contenta. So your summary slide doesn't have to look like this. Your summary slide can be whatever you want. Just use creative liberty. If you're choosing to put together the perfect team, then you can choose your summary slide to be about something else. Maybe you could use it to say, okay, here is their schedule coming up, or this is why this is the perfect team, and here's how the players complement each other, sort of thing. Again, whatever you want your summary slide to be, make it your own, make it unique. So that's my little presentation. That's 7 slides total and 6 slides with 3 to 5 sentences in Spanish on them. Now going back to this, we will be presenting these presentations next Wednesday and Thursday. I'll give you a paper to sign up for a slot to Google Meet me. After you present, so you're presenting this to me, be prepared to answer the following questions in a complete sentence in Spanish. So if I ask you, ¿quién es tu jugador o cantante favorito, right? Who is your favorite player or singer? ¿Qué deporte juega, person's name, or qué instrumento toca, the musician's name? ¿Dónde juega el equipo? So where does the team play? Or ¿dónde toca la banda? Where does the band play? So you could say like, la banda toca en un estadio, in a stadium. Or la banda toca en Nueva York, in New York. El equipo juega en una cancha. Right? So know your vocabulary. Juegas a un deporte. Notice how here I'm turning it to you. This is the to conjugation. So I'll be asking you. Juegas a un deporte? ¿Cuál? Which? ¿Tocas a un instrumento? ¿Cuál? ¿Quieres conocer a una persona de tu banda o equipa? Do you want to know a person, this should say persona, of your band or your team? ¿Quién? Who? So again, a complete sentence would not just be the person's name. You'd say, sí, Yo quiero conocer a Justin Bieber. Yo quiero conocer a Nick Jonas. ¿Qué necesitas para el deporte de tu equipo? What do you need for the sport of your team? So maybe the sport is baseball. You say, mi equipo necesita guantes, cascos, y bates. Obviously, if you do a band, I'm not going to ask you that question. ¿Por qué necesito escuchar a tu banda? Why do I need to listen to your band? Obviously, if I ask that, it's going to be because you did a band presentation. So all of these questions are not going to be asked to you. I will probably ask around three questions, but you need to be prepared because I'll be pulling them off this list. Here's your words that you do not need to use as flex words. Use your Quizlet as well. Feel free to ask me if there's any questions. We're going to be working on this today, Monday and Tuesday. Presentations are Wednesday and Thursday. All right, chicos, I think that is it. So, yeah. Adiós y hasta miércoles o jueves.